everybody. My name is Artem, and today this is my new series, which is going to be called How to SCP. In this series, I'm going to teach you how to make your very own Roblox SCP game, and how to make keycard doors and also walls. And also, I'm going to teach you how the keycard system works. So, right now, let's make the walls. So, making the walls is very simple, but you gotta make them look cool. So I'm gonna show you a simple trick. So you get a part. I'm gonna change the scale to 0.5 or any scale you want. Now, you can scale it to any size you want. I'm gonna set like it to 12. Yeah, 12. And I'm gonna set the width to 1. Next, what you want to do is you want to change your material from plastic to plaster. As you can see already, it looks better. Anchor it. And let's go. And now, we got ourselves the part of the wall. Now what you want to do is you want to color it into any color you want. I pick like a dark stone gray, for example. Then you want to copy paste it and make it a bit long. Actually, no, I'm gonna set this a bit. Alright. Now we got ourselves a basic wall. Okay? I recommend using B tools to like scale this entire thing. Because with B tools you can scale like selected to select a part like a union or a part, which is simple. Alright. So now what you want to do is I'm gonna show you how to make an arch. Making arches is pretty simple. So you want to select the part. You want to select it. So basically, grab, hold left mouse key, and select the two walls. Okay? Okay, now what you want to do is you want to scale it out. So for example, it's 12 studs, it's 16 studs long. You must set it to like half it. So 14, 12. Good. Now you're gonna set it to like this. You're gonna set it like this. You can change it to any size, but you'll have to do the exact same thing. Now you must set it to like so it goes through the wall. Then add a cylinder. Or if you just want to make like a simple arch, like a square arch, you can just like do this. But I'm gonna do a round one. Change it to 90 degrees. And now follow these steps. Move it down until it like fits with the edge of the square. Okay, good. Now what you wanna do is basically you're gonna need to do it on the other side too. Then you must duplicate this part. And now we're gonna scale this down. And then move it like this until half of the cylinder is shown. Alright, so you want to select all these parts, negate them. Now you must select all of these parts, alright, and create a union. And there we go, our arch is done. Alright, but now let's replicate the normal wall again. So if you have followed my steps, you already know what to do. So like, go like, change it to 16 studs, then set it to this size, plaster, dark stone gray, and there we go. Now I'm gonna anchor this and union this. Alright, so don't forget to check if the elephant is anchored. Because, like, if you don't anchor it, it's gonna fall apart. It's not really gonna fall apart, it's gonna, like, fly off randomly. So now we have a pretty cool wall right here with an arch. So now, you wanna make a wall with a dirt frame. So, let's make a template for the door right now. So I'm gonna like try to get it to be not that big but not small too. So I'm gonna make it so like it punches through the two sides when indicated and unioned. So you're now gonna scale it up to the size of your door that you want it to be. I'm gonna use 8 by 6. And now you'll have to aim it at the center. Yeah, you'll have to aim it at the center. Then click negate. Then click right mouse button. Then click union. If it switches to a different material, don't worry. You can just set it back to plaster right here in the material tab in the properties of the union. But if you want to bring back the I'm gonna bring back the ordinary wall again. And there we go. And there we go. We got ourselves wall. There are also gonna be blast doors, but I'm gonna talk about them later. For now, we're just gonna stick with the normal doors. So now what you're gonna do is let's make a door. So how do you do it? Like, how do you make the door? Well, that looks pretty cool. So you'll have to use models for it, cause like unions just look weird and well, yeah. So what you want to do is now you're gonna have to make a part, and then you'll have to use your door frame template. There we go. And there we go. I'm gonna do a video where the doors are meshes, but I'm gonna do that later. So now what you want to do is you want to scale it down to however you want again, but this time make it so it doesn't punch the surface of the door. Now negate both of them and create a union. Do the same here too. Now change the color of the door to whatever you want, and set the material to whatever you want. I'm gonna choose metal for now, as an example. Now what you want to do is you want to anchor both of these parts, so yeah, the door script works. Then you're gonna have to make a part right here, which is gonna be the part for the decorations. So I'm gonna just do this. Bam. I'm gonna also set it to metal, but I'm gonna make it a darker one. Alright. I'm not telling you to make the door look like this, it's just an example. Change it to 0.25 just for this one, just for this time. There you go. And now we can put a tick on this. But do not unit these things. I'm gonna show you what to do right now. So once you have the union, we create a weld constraint. Weld constraints basically like are gonna hold the parts for the door, so they won't fall out when the door like opens, and they're gonna like follow the door. I'm not the best at explaining weld constraints, so yeah. Basically what it does is just welds these two parts that are anchored to the door. Now you can copy and paste this if you want. Now create another weld constraint on this one. And we'll just weld it to bam, part one, bam. So far so good. Now what you want to do is you want to group these into a model. So I'm gonna call this door L for door left, and door R for door right. Now let's make the model for the scanner, where we basically will use the door. So we make a model for the scanner. Bam, bam, bam. Alright. Let's make it be like right here. Yeah, this is perfect. Alright, there we go. We did it. So now I'm going to change it to 0.1 since we're going to start making the thing like where we scan. So this is a keycard scanner. By the way, you have to anchor like all of this so it actually works. Bam. Change the material to whatever you want to. And let's make our access light. So to make an access light, you must just get a cylinder or any other shape and turn it into like a small square, so which basically will show like if the access is granted or denied. Okay. Now what you want to do, if it still looks bad, wrong measurement, you're gonna have to set the thickness to 0.01. Great. Okay, now set the material to neon. And let's call it axis light. So it's gonna be a pretty big component for it. I'm gonna use this door light for as capital. Alright, so now that we have all this, we're gonna group this into a model. Well, firstly, let's check if everything is anchored. Yeah, this one isn't anchored. These two parts are anchored though. Alright, so now I can anchor these two parts and the axis light. And let's call it, well, scanner 1. Or you can just call it scanner as I did here, for it to be simpler. There we go. And now we copy paste it, move it to the other side, rotate it 180 degrees, and we move it right. Let's check the measurements. 0.7 right. Okay, well now we have a door. Our door right here. Yeah. What we're gonna do is now you'll have to make two sounds, like 2 sounds for the door and 2 sounds for the like scanner. These 2 sounds are basically gonna say if the access is denied or granted, and the close and open sounds are for the door. But hey, this tutorial only works for like group doors, so yeah, don't use parts or meshes for this tutorial, okay? It's not gonna work. The script only works for like doors that are models. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna group this all. So we can create so now we can start scripting. Model, and let's call it tutorial door. Tutorial door. So now, I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna just copy these sounds in here, so we won't waste our time. You can find door sounds like in the creator store and audio. If you search up SCP door or whatever, and access granted and access denied. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just create a simple, just a script. I'm gonna use this as a template for it. We create a script right inside, and now let's start. So first of all, we'll have to get the local tween service. So local tween service equals game get service tween service. Alright, good. Alright. Don't forget to add, like, the two option. And now we'll have to type local door model script apparent. Local door model equals script dot parent. Alright, so now we're gonna copy all of this and we're gonna say, so basically it basically detects whether whether all the assets are here, because if an asset is missing, it's gonna not work. So I'm gonna change it to door, these to door L and door R. And well, we already have this. Alright, so now let's make the settings. 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 And now let's do this. So like local open distance equals 2.5. Local open time is equal to 5. You can edit this however you want, since well is the settings. And the local tween time is gonna be 1.55 for my template door. Alright, so now we're gonna get our keycard access clearances. So I'm gonna call this one clearance level. But if you don't want to like follow the scripts, I will put the script in the description. Okay, so now we're gonna get a local access levels equal to, and now we must create this level 1 keycard equals true. And this is pretty much editable. Yeah, this is pretty much editable. It's basically just the text, the tool name. For now, I'm just gonna do... So, like, you can just do, like, fun with it, but, like, I recommend you... So, like, level 1 keycard and level 2 keycard will be false, and all the other clearances up to Omni are true, so it actually feels like a clearance system. So, now that we finish the basics, we'll have to set the door's primary part. Since without a primary part, the door will not work. So we're gonna set the primary part with the part with the wheel constraints, basically the union. And we do the same to the right door. Where is the primary part thing? Yeah, the primary part is right here. By the way, the primary part, this variable is in the pivot section, so yeah. Alright, so now what you want to do is make a primary part check. If not, door 1, door L, if not, door 1, dot primary part, then error, model, doesn't contain primary parts. Primary parts. And now you will have to do the same right here. So let's copy this. Alright, so now let's make the door position. Let's make, so I'm just gonna copy the door position. And now let's do with the lights. So the lights are gonna be pretty simple. So what you want to do is just you want to copy the script. Yeah. If you don't have it, you can just copy this. And now you want to just do this. Yeah. And now we come to the model tweeting. Now this entire script basically like just does the tweeting for the door. And it's very important because without the script the door will just not open at all. Now let's now we can just copy the proximity. Now we can just copy all of this. Access check, yeah, all this. And now let's check if it does have some. So alright, so now what you want to do is you want to set this to your own variable for tween time. Then check up on the open. And also change this to your open time variable. Okay, now let's check. Alright, yeah, we see. You can see another problem here. Okay. need this scanner too. So now, what you want to do is you want to make a part with the handle. That is a keycard. I'm just gonna do this, and yeah, there we go. I'm gonna set it to blue, and I'm gonna call this a handle. A handle, yeah, a handle. Then you wanna go to Start Pack, create a tool, and name it like Omni Keycard. Yeah, Omni Keycard, since, well, we set the highest clearance to Omni Keycard. Check up on the name. Yep, it's here. But first of all, let's test it and check if there are any errors. Alright, it works, but there's a single problem right here. As you can see, the door has this problem. So I'm gonna show you what the problem to the door was. So basically, what happened is that in the door positions, you have to set the first one, the door one closed, to minus open distance, and not just open distance. And this is it. Let's test it. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Today we learned how to make walls, doors, and a keycard system. Make sure to like and subscribe for more awesome videos and tutorials like this. And this is gonna be the end for the video. Goodbye guys.